Okay. Hear how much stiffer compared to over here where it's like, hear that? Dead. So now just gotta do the rest of the trunk. Get to them really hard to reach spots like back in there, up in there, then back over in here too. I'll show you again after it's all done. Okay, so I wanted to show you guys a little test. I have this wall basically done, well not wall, the quarter done. So this one's undone. Now listen very carefully. You hear how it echoes and everything? You can tell it's a piece of flat, well, piece of long wide steel. So now listen to this side. Big difference. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but just in case you can't, let's see. Hit it a little bit harder for you. I mean, it's dead. It is dead. So now I'm going to continue on. And this is basically more for the big panels on this car. The little stuff back here, it's real thick. You ain't never going to get any sound through that. You know, that's all thick stuff. All this back here, thick. You don't need to worry about it with the deadener. You can do it if you want to, but you don't have to. Now I just got to do the rest of this and that other side. Okay, so I thought I'd give you an update where we're at now. Now I have this whole back wall done. Which the reason I did this is to deflect the sound back toward the interior of the car. Because a lot of the caprices when you're doing audio and stuff, if you don't put something facing toward the front, you ain't gonna hear the sound as good. We are now have the back wall all done, and it's deadened. And we ain't gonna worry about the corners because those aren't gonna make a difference. But as you can see, the inside of the quarters are done all the way to the back as far as I can go. I haven't gone up in here yet. I'm only gonna go to about, let me see, right here where it flattens out, goes up. So I don't need that up there done yet. But we're gonna do everything up to there. All this let's be done. This was a 60 square foot kit, and I didn't think the Caprice's trunk was that big, but it really is. It is huge. So I had to get more actually. So I have to do the insides of the doors too. But the stuff is great. It really kills the sound. Really lightweight. 60 square foot was only 22 pounds, so I mean it's a real lightweight kit. But get back to it and I'll update you later. Okay, so I'm inside the trunk now, and I'm actually inside the whole trunk, but there's going to be complicated shapes, and what I found the best thing to do is to take a rubber mallet, put your piece on there and form it as best you can, but you see where it's wrinkled over? You really can't do nothing about that, but to get it to lay flat, you're going to tap it with your rubber mallet, and that's going to press it down to where it's not up real high and more dense in that spot. Other things like pieces like this over here that have complicated areas, you're going to want to make a template for, and you're still going to have to form it in them areas by hand as best you can, and then use your let me see, where's that thing at? Well, the tool you get to press it in all the way better. Same with the sides and the wheel arches too. It's not exactly a tight fit, but this trunk's huge. And make sure you overlap your edges at least like a 1/4 inch. That makes it a lot more sealed better for sound. So I'm going to do these and then I'll update later. Okay, so the update, you can see how far I went. That's as far as I want to go right this minute because I have stuff I'm going to do in the back. Some custom stuff. Did the wheel arches on that side, or well, that's the wheel tunnels, whatever you want to call them. But that's all done. I didn't do this side right here. I don't think it's gonna make a big difference. But now we're working on the deck lid. Well, trunk lid, whatever you want to call it. Everybody's got a different name for it. But same process. You clean it, you know, then you wipe it all down, make sure it's good and dry. You can use paint thinner or rubbing alcohol to clean it afterwards, you know, to make it stick better. And I'm just gonna go around where the seal is. So this through here is all I'm gonna do. Not gonna do this far over. As you can see, it comes all the way down through here. So I've already done like little patches in the back. Then I decided, you know, like this, did a little patch, and I decided I'm gonna do the whole thing. So do that next. Okay, so trunk is done, except for, of course, as I said, rust repair over there. Did the whole top, it's all done. Did inside the back here, good for sound deflection. Want all the sound to go forward. So that's it for the trunk. Now I just gotta put my carpet back in, and then we'll start the doors. Which, of course, you know, you're only going to see one door, but I got all of them to do. And this took almost a whole 10 pack, which is 60 cubic feet. And if you're worried about weight, all of this is 9 1/4 sheets of the sound deadener. This is about 18 pounds. That's all it added to it. That's it. And it is a lot of material that I put down in here. But it's 18 pounds. So then we'll do all 4 doors, 1 sheet probably a piece, maybe a little bit more. And it'll be probably total when we're done, not even 30 pounds for the whole car. For everything to be, well, everything I'm doing sound deadening. You probably want to add another, I don't know, probably another 30 pounds to do if you do the whole floor, the firewall, the doors, everything. But it's so lightweight. What's 60 pounds? This car already weighs a ton, so next we'll be working on the doors after I put the carpet back in. Now the carpet's back in, and again, you would never know I did any sound deadening. So now I'll have to get an aftermarket insulated panel or build one later for the top part, which I was planning on building one anyway. But carpet's back in. There you can tell because of the crappy way they put the spare tires in these cars. I don't know why they put them way back there like that. But now let's move on to the next part. So next we're going to be doing the inside of the door. So I'm going to pull the panel and then we'll start from there. Okay, I've got the panel off now, and as you can see, the Caprice doors are mostly steel, which is going to make it fun to get the actual sound deadener back on the back wall back there. That's probably where I'm going to go through, is this hole right here, the bigger hole. Let me tell you one thing, when you pull in panels, you're really going to save yourself a lot of frustration if you go get you a set of these panel pullers. But they make life a lot easier when you have bigger panels and stuff. Like, you can get them in various sizes, but it makes life a lot easier. To help, I'm going to pull this speaker too, and I'm going to be changing that anyway to 6.5, so I'll pull it, and it'll hopefully give me enough room to try to get it back in there. Okay, so what I'm thinking the best thing to do, well, what it was going to be the best thing to do, was to roll it up, the sound deadener, slide it in there, then unroll it in the door and stick it on. But if you can see here, there is a rod, I'm guessing it's for safety, that runs down the inside of the door. Which I don't know if I can get it in there. You can see. It runs all the way through the inside of the door down in there. So, I'm going to have to do it in two pieces. A smaller bottom piece, then a larger upper piece. Should use a tape measure to see how big it is, and I'll cut it outside the car. And we'll stuff it in there. It's going to be pretty tough. Okay, we have all the sound deadener in the door now. I was thinking about doing the inside here, but then I realized, you know, it's just going to be a waste. So, all of this is done in there, all the way down to the other side, bottom and top. So for comparison, what we're going to do is I'm going to shut the door, and you'll hear how it sounds. So, we're going to start with the driver door, since I haven't done it yet. Alright, for experiment purposes, here you go, listen to this. You hear the hollowness? Now this one has the panel on it, and the other one doesn't, so the other one rattles a little bit. So, go the other side now. So, experiment purposes again. You hear how dead that is? Oh, it's going to be so awesome. Alright, again, panel still off, so you're going to hear all them cords and stuff rattle. You hear how hard of a thud it is after? Let me see if I can't get the rattling cut down a little bit. Sticking these in somewhere. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, it's still, there's something else rattling. Who knows, it could be anything in here. There's so much crap. Probably that right there. You know, in fact, that looks like it broke off. But anyway, you can definitely tell a difference. But put the panel all back on, and that's it. Okay everyone, thanks for watching. The specs of what I just did was 140 square foot. That's 4 doors and the trunk. It'd be about 38 pounds is about what it all weighs up to. I want to thank Heatshield Products. I will be putting a link in the description. And as always, watch, share, like, subscribe. Stay chrome.